Subscribe to Phantom Feed. What we document here is sourced, verified, and never explained. On September 3, 1991, a woman named Helen Park underwent minor surgery at St. Bartholomew's Hospital in London. The procedure was routine. A gallbladder removal. Scheduled duration, 90 minutes. Helen woke in the recovery room at 2:47 p.m. The first thing she said was a name. The name was Margaret. Her attending nurse assumed she was confused, calling for family member, or disoriented from the anesthesia. But Helen wasn't confused. She was trying to describe something she had seen. Over the following hours, Helen gave a detailed account of a woman. Margaret, she called her, lying in a hospital bed in a room with a window facing east. The curtains were blue. There was a chair next to the bed with a worn armrest. A man was sitting in the chair, holding the woman's hand. He was wearing a brown coat. Margaret died, Helen said, in that room, while I was under. The nursing staff documented Helen's account and flagged it for the attending physician. They noted it as a possible anesthesia-induced confabulation, a well-documented phenomenon in which patients construct vivid false memories during surgery. But one of the nurses, a woman named Evelyn Cross, who has since spoken publicly about the case, decided to check. She walked to the hospital's patient registry and searched for a woman named Margaret who had died that afternoon. There was one, Margaret Doyle, age 67, admitted for cardiac complications. Deceased at 2:31 p.m., room 412, 2 floors above Helen Park's operating theater. Evelyn Cross went to room 412. The curtains were blue. The armchair next to the bed had a worn armrest. A man had been sitting in it. He had been wearing a brown coat. He was Margaret Doyle's husband. He confirmed the details when contacted. Helen Park had never been to the 4th floor. She had been unconscious since 12:45 p.m. She had no connection to Margaret Doyle, no record of prior contact, no mutual acquaintances traceable through any investigation. The hospital's ethics committee reviewed the case and concluded it was anecdotally significant but scientifically unclassifiable. A neurologist who reviewed Helen's file in 1996 called it the most documented case of cross-patient experiential overlap he had encountered. He also said he had no explanation. Helen Park gave 3 interviews between 1992 and 1995. She then declined all further contact with researchers. She said, "I don't need anyone to believe me. I know what I saw. I just wish I hadn't seen it." Margaret Doyle's husband died in 2003. He never spoke publicly about the case. If this case stayed with you, subscribe to Phantom Feed, like, share, turn on the bell. The next case is already documented.